Welcome. Today we're talking about Total Chaos, a game that surprised absolutely everyone when its shadow dropped out of nowhere. And yes, this is a first impressions video because this thing is quite long. It's over 10 hours and spanning 9 chapters. At the making of this review, I played up until the 5th chapter. But unfortunately, life is currently treating me like a boss fight I am not prepared for, so I figured I'd share my thoughts now, before you're all on New Game Plus and I'm still trying to open the inventory without panicking, alright?
Now it's your turn.
They have found you.
And who the hell am I? Well, I'm Papa Slim, digging up the most brutal games out there so you don't have to do the digging, just the surviving. And today I bring with me Total Chaos, the game that dropped on November the 20th for PlayStation, Xbox, PC, and Game Pass. And I actually got a care package beforehand, so I knew that it was coming, but watching the internet realize it just appeared was absolutely priceless. And for about 25 buckaroonies, you get a surprisingly deep survival horror experience that feels like it should cost at least double the amount. Now the game, it takes place in Fort Oasis, a once successful mining town that now looks like the worst Airbnb experience imaginable. Everyone is gone. The place, it's decaying. And surprise, you got mutants, zombies, monsters, and what I can only describe as things that move in ways that I don't appreciate. Now most of the story comes through notes and a mysterious voice talking to you through your walkie-talkie. I think it's a walkie-talkie at least, some form of old radio. And there's also a lot of environmental storytelling too. Creepy noises, unsettling rooms, weird objects left behind that make you go, yeah, whatever happened here was not the tax's fault. Now, as I said, I am about halfway through the game, and while the story hasn't blown my brain out the back of my skull, it is well delivered, atmospheric, and does exactly what it needs to do. Now, if it throws a big twist later on, great. If not, it's still good enough to pull you through the nightmare. Now, when first glancing upon this game, the gameplay, it looks quite simple. Swing things, shoot things, stay alive. But Total Chaos has way more depth than it seems. Your dodge, for an example, is basically get the hell out of there button. That also doubles as your sprint. It's fast, it's responsive, and you can even dash straight into enemies to stun them, which feels incredible when you follow up with a hammer to the face. You can also throw objects to stagger groups, craft temporary boosts to your speed and attack rate, and there's even a parry system in this one. I personally cannot land a single freaking parry to save my life, but it is there. Some of you with actual reflexes will make it look easy, but I am not one of them. Now combat, it does get a lot tougher as you go in the game. And at about the halfway point, you really need to use everything that the game gives you. You can't just run in and blast away because ammo, it is very scarce. Melee weapons, they break over time. But honestly, there's so many melee weapons laying around that durability never becomes an issue. You'll probably just throw weapons away just because they slow you down for sheer weight in your inventory. But still, you can't just go head on, swinging and shooting. You have to actually think and actually use what the game has to offer in forms of mechanics to make it easier for you. And yeah, there's also upgrades in the game. They are quite simple and intuitive. You slap on some tape, add barbed wire, extend the range, increase the damage. And the recipes, they're very easy to read. And the game, it even highlights needed items in your inventory, which is one of those tiny quality of life things that makes everything just so much smoother. But through and through, I'm very happy that the upgrade and crafting system is there, because it does add to the gameplay overall. Now the enemies in the game, they start off quite simple and maybe a bit stiff as well, but they get more interesting as you go. Dogs, flying electric nightmares, beefy armored guys, bosses, tanky guys. Yeah, I mean, you got a nice horror buffet here. And the weapons, they feel great. Shotgun hits are satisfying, pistols feel tight, melee swings have a real weight. The whole combat system, enemies and weapons alike, feel way more polished than I expected from a $25 game. And the survival mechanics, they fit quite nicely too. You have hunger and bleeding, but they're never annoying. There's plenty of food and healing. You just have to think before using them. A syringe, it might heal you, but make you bleed. Vodka might help you but make you hungry. It's all balanced so it adds tension without interrupting the flow, and it's really nicely done. Now the world design, it feels inspired by Resident Evil. Lots of locked doors, backtracking, save rooms, a little puzzle sprinkled around, and each of the chapters, they take place in new areas of this Fort Oasis. And while there are mild Metrovania touches, nothing feels confusing or dragged out. And all of this said, I never played the original Doom 2 mod Total Chaos that this whole commercial release release was born from, but this version has clearly had a ton of love poured into it. Every area feels handcrafted and atmospheric. And speaking of atmosphere, this game absolutely freaking nails it. Oh mama, it nails it. It's creepy without constantly relying on jump scares. You're not walking through corridors waiting for something to scream into your headphones. Instead, it's this steady buildup of dread. You walk slower, you listen carefully, you peek around corners like a terrified little gremlin. It's the good kind of scary, the one that sticks with you without rupturing your eardrums. And of course, as you might have seen here, the visuals and sound design are excelente. Oh, bloody hell, it is so good. The environments, they look gritty and grimy in all the right ways, and the audio, man, it carries a lot of the weight here. The ambience alone makes some rooms feel like a mistake. And you'll know exactly what I mean when you play this game. So wrapping it all up, Total Chaos is a fantastic survival horror experience, especially for the price. It's slow-paced in a deliberate atmospheric way. The combat is deeper than it looks. The world design is strong, the horror it's effective, and the whole thing feels like it was made with a lot of love and care. And honestly, sitting here just talking about it makes me want to drop everything and keep playing it. But unfortunately, life is calling and she's not taking messages right now. So if you enjoy survival horrors, even slow burn horror, you should absolutely give this a shot. It's one of the best budget horror games we have gotten in a very, very long time, if ever. This might be the best one ever. Yeah, I'm gonna put it there. Yeah, and I actually played more horror games than you might believe. But most of all, remember that Papa Slim, he loves you very much. And if you enjoyed this video, drop a thumbs up and maybe hit that subscribe just a little bit. Just nudge a little bit on it, because a lot of you watching these videos aren't even subscribed to the channel. And I'm not mad about it, I'm just disappointed. But still, I love you very much. So I'll see you in the next one. Over and out.